What's up, everybody? It's the Fantasy Football Grinder here with the Fantasy Football Network. Guys, previewing Dallas Cowboys Week 1 action. Start, sit, streams, clear-cut starters, Dak, Zeke, Lamb. Those guys, they're always going to be your starters. You draft them high, you're not going to sit them, clearly. But let's get into what's a little more interesting, which is the sit streams. Gallup is hurt. He would typically be at least a streaming option at worst. Also, James Washington is hurt. So this Cowboys wide receiver room is already a mess, and it's looking like it's getting worse. Jalen Tolbert's a guy that I really liked. Jalen Tolbert coming out of the draft. Thought maybe he could be potentially that wide receiver 3 that could put up some really good numbers and be possibly a flexible option for you guys. From inside camp reports, he's possibly a healthy scratch week 1. That's not good. Clearly you'd like for him to be at least on the field, and he's not. He's allegedly getting beat out by Dennis Houston, which is their other rookie wide receiver. Dennis Houston allegedly has a better connection with Dak, and they want to see where that goes. So that's something to keep your eye on, guys. I would definitely watch that combination right there. If Tolbert is a healthy scratch and Dennis Houston comes in, it's going to be really interesting real quick to see what Dennis Houston brings to the table. Our other streamable options there, Noah Brown clearly is obviously he's the number 2 guy right now. I mean, by, happenstance, whatever, he's the number 2 guy as far as the receiving option, unless Tony Pollard can be the guy that I would really like for him to be. Tony Pollard's a highly streamable guy. Definitely, at least at bare minimum, a flex option. You may have better options. Don't worry about starting him. You're probably not going to start him. But keep an eye on Pollard. Let's see where Pollard goes this season, because it will be real interesting. I would love to see Zeke be that bell cow running back, but also Pollard be in that backfield. I've watched Dallas for a while now. They've had offensive line issues, repeatedly. So I'd like to see Pollard back there with Zeke and allowing him to be that guy to come out the side and catch the ball and go down the field, whatever, be that receiving running back. Also comboed with that, big time, heavy hitting running back out of Zeke. Dalton Schultz is an option as a, tight end. He still puts up pretty decent numbers every week. He's an option. One thing I really want to talk about, though, more than anything, is Dallas Cowboys defense, highly streamable, possibly a starting defense for you. That's what is going to decide this game this week. Yeah, this game is probably going to be heavy defensive game. I understand, guys. People are probably going to laugh. Tom Brady, whatever. Tom Brady's a slow starter typically. He's always been a slow starter typically. He tends to take his time. He's got some banged up wide receivers. He doesn't have Gronk. He's got Cameron Brate. That's a big difference. I want to see this week how those two defenses work. Tampa Bay and Dallas, those two defenses are really good. They're really loaded defenses. They're both pretty healthy. So I'd like to see how that works out this week. Definitely want to keep an eye on that. And, let's see how these guys progress. Let's see what Zeke can bring to the table. It's a contract year. Lamb needs a good season, and Dak needs a great season. Guys, clearly there's a ton of stuff to watch this week. Mostly I really want to focus on the defense, and I want to focus on Pollard and this rookie wide receiver situation for Dallas. Let's see where that goes from there. If you guys need any help, hit me up. Download the Fantasy Football Network app. I'll be doing a whole lot more on there. If you guys need any more help, hit me up.